All right, welcome to another episode. If you're tuning in, you're probably wondering what the title means. What, what WWE hates Kevin Owens and Enzo Amore. Rest in peace. Well, they didn't really die, of course not. But if we saw last night on this past episode of Raw, I couldn't believe my eyes as to what was happening to these two characters, performers, Kevin Owens and Enzo Amore, separately in different storylines, of course. Uh, these two, since Kevin Owens, he got called up uh, early 2015 from NXT, where he was a dominant NXT champion. Of course, he had a long career outside of WWE, in Ring of Honor and the Independents. Always succeeded where he went, pretty much. Kevin Steen, as he started, that was his name. That is his name outside of WWE. And he came in. He debuted on the main roster, beat John Cena. That was a pretty good sign. And of course, we know what happened afterwards. John Cena won the next two matches. Kevin Owens kind of floundered a little bit. He won the IC title. Kind of was disappearing a little bit. And then, early this year, he kind of had a little resurgence. He was pretty. He's always been popular. He's great on the mic. He does commentary. He's very entertaining. He's always making fun of Michael Cole and picking on Michael Cole. I love their sit down interviews with Michael Cole. Same thing with Enzo Amore. He's part of the tag team with Big Cass. Uh, if you're familiar, they had pretty good success in NXT. They came up, and boy, they instantly caught fire. Their promos, Enzo's mic work. He's a hype man. He had from the beginning, even NXT, and amazingly transferred over to WWE. But that's not always the case. They had the crowd eating out of the palm of their hand with their chants of SAWFT soft, and you can't teach that. I'm a certified G. You know, I'm not so much a fan of theirs, uh, but I recognize when somebody a performer is popular and the crowd, live crowd, and I'm sure that the crowd at home is enjoying themselves and is being entertained, because for sure in the last few years, entertaining moments and entertaining performers in WWE have been and are usually these days far and few between. That's just a fact. And you're saying, "Oh, well, Frank, why are you always making these videos? You're always complaining." And why do you watch? Because I'm a fan. I've been a fan for a very long time, longer than you could think of, and I want to see it get better. I want to see WWE be entertaining and good again. Of course, wrestling has its peaks and valleys, and the old saying is, wrestling is only as good as its script. True. And of course, sometimes performers, their characters take on a life of their own. They connect with the audience. They become larger than life. You have your Hulk Hogan's, your Macho Man's, your Stone Cold Steve Austin's, The Rock, your Undertaker, your CM Punks, your Daniel Bryan's. how entertaining was he? I mean, I don't know if I'm, he's very popular. I know that there's some wrestling WWE fans who didn't really like Daniel Bryan and they were tired of the yes chant. But at any rate, that was pop. It was popular, and now some people like the New Day. They've been entertaining, even though I'm not really entertained by them. That's not my cup of tea. But again, I understand and I appreciate that they are entertaining the fans because that's what wrestling is supposed to do. It's supposed to entertain the fans. It's supposed to the true art of wrestling is supposed to make the audience suspend their belief, and that's not always an easy thing to accomplish from all uh, aspects: creative, the writers, the bookers, the promoters, the owners. The, the, there is no formula what makes something entertaining and what makes the crowd fall in love with an act or a performer or performers. So, what happened last night? It Not really last night. I mean, if you have a trained eye, you saw this coming a mile away. I'm going to start with Kevin Owens. You know, this summer after the brand split, Finn Balor, he seized his opportunity, came up, called up from NXT. They put the Universal title on him in his first pay-per-view. He got hurt that night and had to relinquish the title the following night on Raw. Unfortunate. Nobody's fault. So who seizes the opportunity? Kevin Owens. Remember, we just said he was kind of floundering a little bit in obscurity. He was having entertaining matches with Sami Zayn, his longtime arch nemesis. So lo and behold, we all recall the famous or the infamous night, the triple threat match: Kevin Owens, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns. And we can recall Triple H coming in and pulling the swerve as only Triple H, HHH can do. And we know the history, pedigree to Rollins. Kevin Owens got the win. 1, 2, 3. He's the Universal Champion, and still is. I called it, and I smelled trouble from that moment on. When Triple H, I said, and he stuck his big nose in business that didn't belong to him. Why did he have to come in, interfere, and basically, storyline or not, he handed Kevin Owens the title. Kevin Owens really didn't win the title. Yeah, he got the pin, but the story was that Triple H stuck his nose and put his stamp on who should have the title and who shouldn't. He decided Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns shouldn't have the title. And, that stupid storyline with Stephanie and Seth Rollins. I didn't know what Hunter did. I didn't know. I swear. Rollins, oh, I know, blah, blah, blah. They cut that off. You still haven't seen Triple H. They still haven't even talked about that angle. Who knows? They probably won't. The one that's WWE is famous for that, not continuing storylines. But getting back to the point of this video, he was handed the title. And already we know, we saw it last year with Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins can do nothing without the help of the Authority. How many times did he lose on Raw? I don't think he hardly won on Raw. I don't think he ever won on Raw. He lost to John Cena 2, 3 times on Raw, submitted every night, every week. He was being pinned. On the only reason he held his title was he would squeak by on every pay per view. Somehow, someway, he managed to squeak by. He was afraid to fight anybody. He always complained. But this isn't about him. It's about Kevin Owens. But I knew from the start, and I was hoping not, that they were going to book Kevin Owens as a wimpy champion. And they teamed him up with Jericho, Chris Jericho. You know, they had great chemistry, and they're very entertaining. But Jericho is always helping him. Literally, if you've seen the last couple of months, couple of pay-per-views, it's been handicap matches in the pay-per-views. Jericho comes in, interferes, pretty much two on one. And Kevin Owens, always gets the Duke and keeps his title for a week. And he's always he never wants to wrestle. Whenever Mick Foley tells him he has a match, he's always conniving with Chris Jericho. And then a couple weeks ago, we saw it came to a head. Roman Reigns, when he punked Kevin Owens on Raw, and they made Kevin Owens look like an idiot and a wimp, telling him that he needs Chris Jericho. He would lose the title without Chris Jericho, and he said, "You need a lot of help. You need help in everything. Oh, you're not like me. I'm the guy." And if you watch my video, Roman Reigns punks Kevin Owens. I went off on that. But again, now the storyline was that caused the dissension, basically the split between Jericho and Kevin Owens. So last night we saw how Kevin Owens was, his character was pretty much assassinated, killed off. If this was a regular TV show, we'd be talking about how they killed off the character. He shows up. He's begging Chris Jericho, trying to pander to him. "Oh, I got you this match, and you could win." And Chris Jericho's like not having it. You could tell he's very angry with Kevin Owens. Nothing Kevin Owens could say makes Chris Jericho happy. He looks like a fool. Now, not only can't he win matches, but now he can't even keep a best friend. So then he has a quick match with Sami Zayn. He beats him. And somebody told me to tell you, how could you say that Kevin Owens got treated bad? He beat Sami Zayn last night. Who's Sami Zayn? Sami Zayn's been losing for months now on Raw. What has he been doing? He's another guy. And then Owens' his brilliant strategy. When he told Jericho that he got Mick Foley and Stephanie to make a match with Seth Rollins in the Big Show, so the Big Show could soften up Seth Rollins for Chris Jericho at Roadblock. And Big Show, I mean he's been good, but it's time for him to move on. Nobody cares about him anymore. I don't care about him. In fact, I've hardly ever cared about him. It's how many times has he turned heel and turned face and a stupid crying? Oh. I'll never forget the diaper when he wore the diaper as Baby New Year. But anyway, so Seth Rollins and Big Show, they're wrestling, and Kevin Owens comes to the ring. He gets on the apron. He's telling the Big Show, and he pisses off the Big Show, and the Big Show puts his big hand around Kevin Owens' neck, and lifts him up from the apron and chokeslams him into the ring. That shows you how strong Big Show is. And Kevin Owens looks like an idiot again. And then Big Show tells Seth Rollins he's all yours. And Seth Rollins gives Kevin Owens a pedigree. I mean, geez, why don't we just why don't they just have Michael Cole wipe his feet on Kevin Owens' chest while we're at it? And I kept getting mad and mad and mad because I see and I know, and I hope you know where all this is heading. Oh man, oh man! And then at the main event, Roman Reigns and Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho, Roman Reigns, they go at it. Chris Jericho, he's in his mid-40s, and he's running circles around Roman Reigns. Chris Jericho is one of the best workers ever, and Roman Reigns is not. He's overrated. He doesn't do that. All he does is punches and clotheslines and the Superman punch and the spear. He's really his wrestling has gone down. His moves. And Kevin and Jericho told Kevin Owens early in the night, "Don't interfere. I don't need you." Kevin Owens, of course, he's got to come in. Reigns is hanging outside in between the ring ropes, and Kevin Owens gives him a side kick. Jericho didn't see it. He pins him. 1, 2. Oh! Oh, wow, what a surprise. Roman Reigns kicked out at 2. And now Jericho realizes he sees Kevin Owens, of course, and he's distracted. And, of course, what comes next? Ooh, the spear. And that makes Kevin Owens look even more foolish. He can't do nothing right. He can't win on his own. He can't win a match on his own. He can't even have a friendship. He can't do nothing right because he's a loser. That's what WWE is telling you. And of course, you know what's happening. Yeah, there's a funeral coming. Roman Reigns, he's going to, at Roadblock in 2 weeks, he's going to face Kevin Owens. Oh, man, am I going to be at the edge of my seat? Yeah, here's a spoiler alert. For the last couple weeks at house shows, Kevin Owens has been challenging Roman Reigns for the U.S. title. And guess what? Guess who won? Roman Reigns. He won every match. Pin. The U.S. champion has beaten the Universal champion. Because Kevin Owens, he can't win on his own. He needs help with everything. See, the reason why I'm mad, and you should be too, Kevin Owens is actually very popular. He's pretty popular. He's very good in the ring. He's a very good wrestler. He's good on the mic. And the fans actually like him. He was popular, very popular for when his music hits, fans would cheer. Did they do that with Roman Reigns? No. Before Roman Reigns' music hits, the fans boo. Boo, boo, boo. Everybody. It's I'll be nice and say it's 80-20. 80% boos and 20% cheers. Last night, again, as soon as Roman Reigns pinned Jericho, go back and watch that. The camera zoomed right to his face. All you could see was maybe a couple of fans in the first row clapping, because you know what? They don't want you to see all the fans booing and doing a thumbs down or just having negative reactions towards him. Because you see, with WWE, who they choose is based on looks. See, Roman Reigns, in their eyes, has the look. He's presentable. He's marketable. He looks good in a suit. He looks good when making appearances. He looks good on the red carpet. Kevin Owens, he doesn't have that look. That's maybe the only thing he doesn't possess. The look. He's fat, and that's a knock on him. He's always been overweight. He still is amazing in the ring. He could do a lot of things not too many people can, but his look, he's got the scruffy beard like me, long. He doesn't have the presentable, marketable look. and what they're looking for. So yeah, last night you saw Funeral One, the character assassination of Kevin Owens. How does he come back from that? Especially in 2 weeks at Roadblock, if he loses, how does he ever recover from that? How does he ever recover from this? The only saving grace I'm holding hope for is that somehow Jericho, because he's leaving WWE at the end of the year, his band Fozzy is going to have a world tour in 2017, so he's going to be gone. The only saving grace is that Chris Jericho pulls the swerve and helps Kevin Owens beat Roman Reigns at Roadblock. At least it'll take the sting somewhat away, and that'll be to be continued. But if he loses at Roadblock to Roman Reigns, I don't think there's any coming back for Kevin Owens. None. And then I'm ranting. I didn't want to go to this long, but the other guy, Enzo, like I said, I'm not really a fan of his, but I've said I caught it early too. WWE can't wait fast enough to break up the team of Enzo and Big Cass. Again, there goes the word look. Big Cass has the look. He's tall. He's got long hair. He's got the muscles. He's pretty good on the mic, I guess. Okay, adequate. Compared to Roman Reigns, Big Cass is Ric Flair on the mic. But Enzo, no, not so much. He doesn't have the look. He doesn't look very good at all, not in their eyes. And he's small. He's pretty much a cruiserweight. I caught it early too. Enzo takes the beating all throughout the match. Then Big Cass comes in for the hot tag. He beats everybody up. Like I said, they have big plans for Big Cass. They got their eye on him, and he's going to be a future main eventer, maybe world champion in 2018, maybe. Yeah, you could see it. So how are they going to split them up? Now you've been seeing it. They're very popular. They still get the crowd to do their chants along with them. Last week, Enzo, they filmed some segments backstage. At least now I'm starting to notice they're starting to do more filming backstage. I said they should do that. It doesn't cost $1 million to film something backstage or even outside. Enzo got caught with his pants down, naked. He was walking around the back with his pants down, and he bumps into Lana. Lana's embarrassed. And who comes? Rusev, Lana's husband. He's offended, and that continued today. And last night, they showed Lana and Rusev having a somewhat argument. You know, they're always showing Rusev being a bully. It's his wife. It's his wife. It's his wife in real life. Everybody knows that, but they hate Rusev too, and they hate Lana. So. Enzo and Big Cass, they're looking. Oh, Enzo, well, I'm a certified G. He goes over and sticks his nose not in his business. In real life, you would if a man walks into a situation outside, walks into a man and a woman arguing, you're asking for trouble. Because the woman could turn around and say, "Mind your business," and then what are you going to do? But anyway, I says, "Oh, he's just trying to help Rusev," and she takes off a ring and she throws it at Rusev, and it's like, oh my god! It's like what? She's divorcing him because of a little argument. Anyway, Enzo, he's trying to be the certified G. He looks like a weirdo. He tries to. He comes on to Lana. He's flirting with her, and I don't know. They plan to go to a hotel later on the night. And it's sick. I don't even to think about it. And then so later on during the night, they have Big Cass scheduled against Rusev, and they pan out to the back. Enzo, he's waiting to go to the hotel, and here's another thing. a lot of people didn't catch. He's waiting for Uber. He's waiting for a ride from Uber, Uber, Uber. They're a taxi service. And who pulls up? Woo! Ric Flair, jet fly, limo ride. He tells him, "Yeah, you go and you be a kiss stealing SOB, and you know what? You could use my limo." I mean, I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, what happened to the PG era? What happened to the good morals of WWE? What are they starting to go out the window? I mean, yeah, I want them to get a little edgy, but just think about it. Little children are watching, young children are watching. You have somebody telling another guy to go and sexually pursue a married woman. Think about that. So anyway, that tells you he's waiting for Uber. It tells you Enzo, he's such a nobody. He don't even have a car, a rental car. He's just a normal common. He's like a fan, a normal fan attending the show would call Uber to get a taxi ride. That shows you another hint. So he goes to the hotel and Lana opens the door with her blouse. She's looking very sexy. And all of a sudden now he's getting cold feet. They go back to the arena and Big Cass is waiting for Rusev to come in. Oh boy, guess what? Rusev isn't there. He's not coming out. But ends up a Big Cass, he's smart enough to know what's going on. So he goes and ringside, he grabs somebody's fan's phone and he calls Enzo, and Enzo, they show him and he picks up he looks at his phone. It's a private number. He's not going to answer it. So he gets to the door and he's having second thoughts about Lana. Lana starts crying. Ooh, she's upset and offended. She leaves the door open, walks in, and Enzo hesitantly follows in. He knows he shouldn't, and now it's starting to hit the reality in the situation, and he's getting nervous, but he wants to. You know, the little angel on one shoulder, the devil on the other shoulder, and Lana's being sexually seductive. She's telling Rush, take off your pants and this, that, and he's, oh, maybe we shouldn't. And guess what? Of course Rusev was in the room. Of course they set him up. And Rusev beat the daylights out of Enzo. He broke a vase over his head. I thought Rusev was going to throw him out the window. So now you're saying, Frank, after all this long video, how did Enzo get killed off? How is he ever going to step into the ring and tell the fans, I'm a certified G? A certified G means you are the man. You are above. You're cool. You're way cooler than everybody else. You're a G. You got respect. You know. You're street smart. You know you know, you see things before anybody else does. You're 2 steps ahead. You have a way with the ladies. So what did that last night tell us? He has to wait for a taxi ride, Uber, just like a common fan, when he actually is in the presence of a sexy woman in a hotel room, supposedly alone. He acted nervous, clumsy, not confident, and then had the everlasting beat out of him. As a character, how does he ever come back and gain credibility again? Because you know what's next. Big Cass is going to have to step up for him and defend him against Rusev at Roadblock. I mean, even if Enzo interferes in the match and helps Big Cass win. What does that do for his character? He's a loser. In reality, outside of the ring, the storyline told you, he's a loser. He's not a certified G. So I'm just mad because WWE continues to to just bury popular performers, and mostly all because of Roman Reigns. All roads lead to Roman. It's to make him look good, to try to make him look good, and they're trying. It's year three, and nothing's working. The fans keep booing, but you know what? They don't care. They're gonna keep doing it, even if it ruins all the storylines, even if it ruins all the performers, just like they did with Cena in the early 2010s. They don't care because with WWE, it's all about marketing. It's not about wrestling. It's not even about entertainment. When do they entertain the fans really? 5 out of 50-50? Unbelievable. Well, Kevin, Enzo, you tried, and don't worry, soon you'll be in a better place.